just at the end of Unit 2 here, and you should have been working on your Unit 12 practice exam on Go Formative. I'm going to go through how to do all of these so that when the exam comes up next week, or not next week, the week after that, you're ready to go. So, just number one, right off the bat, we're trying to identify, are the following sequences arithmetic or geometric? This is numbers 1 through 4 on your practice exam. We're trying to find out arithmetic or geometric. We're going from 8 to 16, 32 to 64. Well, 8 plus 8 is 16. 16 plus 8 is not 32, so that doesn't work. We're getting bigger, so we're not going to subtract here. Let's try multiplication. 8 times 2 is 16. 16 times 2 is 32. 32 times 2 is 64, so my answer is going to be geometric. We are multiplying. Remember, geometric is either multiplication or division, so my answer is geometric. Very simple. Number 2, same thing, arithmetic or geometric. Well, 250, 12.5, 3.125. I would always say if you are going from whole numbers down to decimals or fractions, you're going to be dividing, because I can't subtract a constant number and get a whole number from a whole number and then into a decimal. And so it's going to be a smaller division problem, and I'm dividing 200 divided by 4 gives me 50. 50 divided by 4 gives me 12.5. 12.5 divided by 4 is 3.125. So this is geometric. I am dividing by 4. Okay, pretty simple, pretty straightforward. Number 3. Is the following sequence arithmetic or geometric? 3 to 10 to 17 to 24. Okay, well, 3 times what gives you 10? Well, no whole number, so let's try to go with something easier. Divide it, probably not. By subtracting, no, I'm getting bigger here. 3 plus 7, 10 plus 7, 17 plus 7 gives me 24. Since it's adding or subtracting, we are arithmetic. And arithmetic plus 7. Remember, arithmetic is adding and subtracting. Geometric, dividing and multiplying. Number 4, is it arithmetic or geometric? Well, 6 to 4 to 2 to 0. Okay, well, 6 divided by what is 4? Well, it's a decimal, so it's a little hard, so let's leave that one for later. Multiplying, well, 6 times what is 4? Fraction, let's keep making it easier. 6 plus, no. 6 minus 2 is 4. 4 minus 2 is 2. 2 minus 2 is 0. So we are looking at arithmetic, and it is arithmetic. Should be minus 2 if it was asking that question. But 1 through 4, all you need to do for 1 through 4 is just say, is it arithmetic or geometric? You don't need to say what the rule actually is. Good. 5, 6. We are looking for the next 2 terms and the 10th term. So you gotta give 3 answers on this one. First thing you need to do is it arithmetic and geometric, and what's the rule? Remember, we are using mx plus b for arithmetic and ab to the x power for geometric, and we're always doing x starts at 0, 1, 2, 3, meaning my first term, 3, is actually my term 0. Okay, that means term 0 is where we start. Okay, well, from 3 to 6, 6 to 9, 9 to 12, that is arithmetic plus 3. That means we're going to be using y equals mx plus b. We're looking for y for the next 2 terms and the 10th term. Our m, which is our rule, is 3. Our x, that's our term number, and in this case it's 10. And our b is our term 0. And we said our term 0 is 3. Now we can rewrite our equation. We said our m is 3, our x is 10, and our b is also 3, our term 0. So we get 30 plus 3, that is 33. That gives us our 10th term, which is great. We need to know that. However, we also need to find the next 2 terms. So he says plus 3, so we have to start with 12. 12 plus 3, which is 15. 15 plus 3, which is 18. So my answer should be 15, 18, and then my 10th term, which is 33. Okay? Now remember that was for arithmetic. Arithmetic uses y equals mx plus b. Number 6, given the following sequence, the next 2 terms and the 10th term again. We're just going to decide is it arithmetic or geometric. Well, we're getting big, big, big real quick. And well, first let's identify term 0, which is 5. Our first term here, which we say is term 0, not our term 1. Okay, we're getting big really fast. So that means we're going to look at multiplication probably. 5 times what is 30? 5 times 6. 30 times 6 is 180, and 180 times 6 is 1080. So our rule is times 6. Okay. Now we need to write, since we're using arithmetic, it's a b to the x power equals y. We're looking for y. Well, let's find out what our next term is. We're going to multiply 1080 times 6. 6 times 0, 6 times 8 is 48. 6 times 0 plus 4, and 6 times 1. So our next term, 6480. That's our next term. Got to find the one after that. Multiply it by 6 again. Get 6 times 0 is 0. 6 times 8 is 48. 6 times 4 is 24. Plus 4 is 28. 6 times 6 is 36. Plus 2 is 38. So our next term is 38,880. We need our 10th term. Our 10th term obviously is going to be really big. If this is our next one, that's term 5, 6. We got to go all the way up to 10. So we need to do our equation. A is going to be 5. That's our term 0. B is our rule, which is times 6. And x is our term number, so 10. Let's put it in there. 5 times 6 to the 10th power. This is a great opportunity to use a calculator. Plug it in there with the parentheses. Remember, this button that looks like this on the TI-84s is your to the certain power. If you're using the NumWorks calculator, it looks like this, x to the y. And if you're using a computer, to go quickly, you're going to press Shift 6, and that'll give you that symbol. Okay? If I plug that into my calculator, I get a really, really, really big number, and that really, really, really big number is, write it out here for you before I read it out, 302,330,880, and that would be your 10th term. It'll take a little bit longer. All right, last page of this, second page, all multiple choice. Number 7, which sequence is, and I know it says geometric on here, but on the practice that should be arithmetic, geometric. Okay, which sequence is arithmetic? Well, this repeats, so unless I'm times it by 1 every time, or plusing 0, that doesn't work. Okay, this is 32 divided by 8 doesn't work. 32 divided by 2 is 16. 16 divided by 2 is 8. 8 divided by 2 is not 1. Okay, and I'm not subtracting a certain number every time. Opposite signs, which means I'm multiplying or dividing. Negative 27, negative 29, negative 31, negative 33, negative 35. That looks like I am subtracting 2 every time, which is arithmetic. Number 8, which equation can be used to generate the arithmetic sequence? Negative 54, negative 48, negative 42, 36, negative 30, or starting at term 0. So negative 54 is term 0. Okay, and then what are we doing each time? Well, it looks like we are getting bigger. Okay? Looks like we are adding something every time. Adding, let's see, 6 maybe. Okay, this is an easy one to tell. Negative 36 to negative 30, that's plus 6. Okay, so which one of these has the rule, which is our m, as a positive 6? Well, this rule here, that m is a 54, doesn't work. That's a positive 6, that might work. It's a negative 6, doesn't work. That's a negative 6, doesn't work. Positive 6 as my rule. Term 0, which is my b, should be negative 54. So negative 54 is my b, positive 6, my answer should be b. Number 9, the equation f of x equals negative 11x plus 26 generates the arithmetic sequence 26, 15, 4, negative 7, and negative 18. Again, we're starting at term 0. We don't know if it's arithmetic or geometric yet, so we can't say if it's b or if it's six. Okay? We're either looking for y equals x plus b or a to the b to the x power. Okay? Well, we want to have term 0 as 26, which is here. Okay. What is the 25th term? Well, 25 is going to be the x. Negative 11 times 25 plus 26. Negative 11 times 25 is negative 275 plus 26 is negative 249. Negative 249. And plug those into your calculator. Plug this into your calculator, get your answer. Make sure you use the equation given, and you know that this 25 is x. Replace that x. Which equation can we use to generate the geometric? Okay, so that's y equals a b to the x power. Remember, a is term 0, b is the rule, and x is the term number. Okay, so x equals 0, 1, 2, 3. Term 0 then becomes 3. So that replaces the a. Okay, we need to find our rule. First, we can eliminate some stuff. We know that 3 comes first. Oh, that doesn't have a 3 first, so that one's gone. This one doesn't have a 3. D doesn't have a 3 first. That one's gone. So now we have 3, 2, 3, 3. What is my rule? How do I get from 3 to 6, from 6 to 12, from 12 to 24? Well, that's times 2. So my b is 2, which leaves us with b. Number 11. What sequence is generated by f of x equals negative 2 times 6 to the x power? That's geometric, so we want to know which one's going to be geometric. Okay. Well, plug them in. Well, we all know that if it's term 0 starting, we know that the first number has to be negative 2. Well, that's not negative 2. That one is, B is, and C has a negative 2. D does not have a negative 2, so we don't have to use that one either. So if we plug in, we know term 0 has to be negative 2, so we can skip doing the 0. What's 6 to the first power? Well, it's negative 2 times 6. Negative 2 times 6 is negative 12. Either of these have negative 12 as the second term. Negative 10, nope. Negative 12, there it is. If you want to check the next one, it would be negative 2 times 6 squared, which is negative 2 times 36. 36 times negative 2 is negative 72, which is our third term, our second term in that equation. An arithmetic sequence of f of x equals 2.3x minus 4. What is the common difference? Common difference just means what's the rule? Okay, so if we know y equals mx plus b, we know m is the rule. Y equals mx plus b. Which number is in the m spot? Well, if we just look at this, the first number here is our rule, which is our common difference, 2.3. Hopefully an easy question for you all. Number 13, 2 more to go. A geometric sequence has the equation of f of x equals 128 times half to the x power. That's the same as dividing by 2. And we want to know for x equals 0, 1, 2, 3, what is the 11th term? So 11 is our x. So let's plug it in. Using calculators, hopefully, 128 times 1. On your calculators, you have to do 1 divided by 2. And put the x here, which we're going to change that x to a 11. Another way to write it would be 128 times 0.5 to the 11th if you don't want to work with fractions there. The big number, or a really small number actually, because we're doing here. So I'm not going to multiply it out, obviously. But if you put this in your calculator, it's going to spit out 0.0625. Obviously, not one of these answers. Well, it is, but it isn't. Okay, on your calculators for the TIs, you press math and then enter, enter. And that spits back the fraction. And if I put that in there, this becomes the fraction 1/16. Tens, hundreds, thousands, 10 thousandths. So that's 625 over 10,000. And if I reduced it down, I would get 1/16. Last one. Which sequence is geometric? Which one is multiplying or dividing? Okay. Plus 2, plus 2, plus 2, plus 2. That's adding. Doesn't work. Plus 2, plus 2, plus 2, plus 2. Again, adding. Doesn't work. Plus 5, plus 5, plus 5. We're adding. Doesn't work. Times 2, times 2, times 2. Half times 2 is 1. 1 times 2 is 2. 2 times 2 is 4. 4 times 2 would be 8. 8 times 2 is 16. And so on and so forth as I go. Geometric is A. There's our last problem for the practice test. Hopefully that helped you get some of those answers and understand what we're doing there. If you have any questions, let me know. I'm going to have this. This should have been up on Friday, so that you can go through and see what it is. I know we don't have school Friday, but take your time. Let me know if you have any questions. Log on Monday so that you can say, hey, Mr. Miller, I'm struggling with this, or send me an email over the weekend. The test is going to be up on Monday. You get Monday and Tuesday to go through and do that. Let us know. Have a great day.